Palm Beach was founded on money, where charity donations start at 6 figures. This Scrooge stands in stark contrast. Warehouses and offices. Nothing flashy, but massive earners, just like Fred.
What time? 3 o'clock?
Buying cheap properties, manipulating people, driving people out.
Fred Keller's millions have not bought him happiness. After a lifetime of hard bargains, he's growing old, is in the early stages of leukemia, and he's lonely. He's desperately seeking an attractive young wife to take care of him. He's already been married to 4 different women. Now he's looking for number 5.
That's why he placed a personal ad for a nice German girl in a German magazine.
In the spring of 1992, a love letter arrives with a German postmark. 23-year-old Rose Kyle is everything he'd hoped for. And for this German Rose, Palm Beach Fred is her ticket out of poverty. On March 26, 1992, Rose arrives in Palm Beach with nothing but the clothes on her back. But she knows that life with Fred Keller will change all that. Fred confides to her that he has leukemia and perhaps not long to live. She doesn't seem to mind.
We were married, I think, within 3 or 4 months.
3 years later, the Kellers have a little boy. Fred is so besotted with his new family, he even lets Rose in on his business affairs. At home and at the office, Rose is doing everything right. So Fred rewards her. The generosity extends to Rose's brother Wolfgang when Fred offers him a job in the firm.
And while he was living here, Fred Keller took a liking to Wolfgang and started to teach him the real estate business.
We need to turn...
For a while, it's one big happy family. But Rose still isn't satisfied. Having millions isn't enough for her.
Rose? What are you doing in that dress? Take that dress off right now and make me dinner.
But the hard-headed business tycoon meets his match in Rose Kyle.
Enough today.
He's a young man.
She walks out on him, files for divorce, and demands half his fortune.
I want a divorce.
Somehow, the 2 warring parties have to reach an agreement. Tensions are high when Fred meets Rose and Wolfgang to discuss splitting the company.
A copy for you?
And what happens next is hotly contested by both parties. But there are a few things on which everyone agrees. There was a gun, violent struggle, 3 shootings. Police follow a blood trail to the office next door, where they find Fred sitting in a corner, bleeding from the head. Fred says he shot Wolfgang as a preemptive strike, but he struck back, and in the struggle, Rose caught friendly fire. Then, Wolfgang wrestled the gun away and tried to take an eye for an eye. Fred goes on trial for murder. It takes the jury just 5 hours to return a guilty verdict. Fred is sentenced to life without parole. But Fred's premature death turns out to be for nothing.
Drive.